Today's Country 94.1, where country lives.
Words my granddad said to me when I was a wreck, heartbroken and 16. He said, sometimes life can knock you right down on your knees, but true love, true glory only comes to those who bleed. You can't stop the world, spinning way too fast. You won't find the gold if you're digging in the past. You can't stop the sand from falling through the hourglass. So live each day like it's the last. I play it still when I can't find where to start. It still tells the stories that my granddad told to me. How true love, true glory only comes to those who bleed. You can't stop the world from spinning way too fast. You won't find the gold if you're digging in the past. You can't stop the sand from falling through the hourglass. So live each day like it's the last. When I crashed my first car, I got laid off. I couldn't pay the bills. I did things I ain't proud of. Lost my first love, I remember still. We can't stop the world from spinning way too fast. You won't find the gold if you're digging in the past. We can't stop the sand from falling through the hourglass. We can't stop the world from spinning way too fast. You won't find the gold if you're digging in the past. We can't stop the sand from falling through the hourglass. So live each day, hold on tight, don't let it slip away. Live each day like it's the last. Like it's the last.
Oh, that's Morgan Evans and Live Each Day. I have Morgan on the phone. Welcome to Rock That Country. Morgan, how are you?
G'day, Kylie. I'm great. How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. That is a great song, Live Each Day.
Thanks very much.
You've got a brand new single out, While We're Young. Tell me about it.
It is, and it's exciting times for me, actually. It's a song that I kind of wrote the chorus for about 6 months ago, and then during a writing trip in Nashville just recently, we finished it off with Jed Hughes and Sarah Buxton and recorded it, and already it's out. So, here I am talking about it to you.
No, that's cool. Morgan, you have had a very, very big career so far up to date. I was just having a quick run over some information. In 2008, you received 2 Golden Guitar nominations for New Talent of the Year. In 2009, handpicked by US superstar Taylor Swift to join her on her first sold-out Australian tour, which you personally described as one of the more eye-opening tour experiences to date. Tell me why.
Yeah, that was a crazy tour. It was her first time in Australia, and I think the tour was booked before she'd released anything here. And so we were playing these venues that were like kind of 1,500, 2,000 people venues. But by the time she actually got here, her single came out and was #1, and it was kind of crazy. And every time we walked on stage, every time we made a move, the crowd would just scream louder than you've ever heard before. And yeah, it was a real treat for us to be on that show, and she was a real sweetie. And it's one of those touring experiences I'll never forget.
And so, have you caught up with her since? Like, do you plan to do anything else in the future, or is that how it works when you work with these American artists?
I haven't caught up with her. I've stayed in touch with her management, and they invited me down every time she's played in Sydney. So I've been to see the shows and things like that. But I think she's at a kind of crazy level now where she's been bringing kind of huge acts to support her. So I guess I've just got to get out there and spread the word about this new single, and maybe we can do something again in the future. That'd be great. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Now, your triumphant win, 2007 Telstra Road to Tamworth, propelled a very fast rising career indeed, and there were some great prizes in that, including a trip to Nashville. Was that the first time that you'd been to Nashville?
It was, yeah, it was a great experience. To get to go there with that kind of experience first time, I think, is really cool, because there was things set up for me. Like, I got to go and record and got to go and play a couple of gigs and meet a bunch of people that I guess someone like me would never get the chance to meet if they just went over there on holiday or just to have a look. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity, because every time I've been back since, I've been able to kind of reconnect with all those people, and there's a really cool network of people over there that want to help and work with up-and-coming Australians, and it's good to kind of be able to tap into that.
And what was it like to play in front of 68,000 people?
That was ridiculous, actually. That wasn't planned at all. I had to play. Part of the prize was playing at this showcase down on Broadway at a bar, which is a really, really cool gig. And after I did that gig, I got a call later in the week from one of the agents in town, and he said, what are you doing on Friday night? And I said, well, nothing. I'm going to go and watch the big stadium shows. And he said, well, how would you feel about coming to play on those? So I kind of just lost it, and of course I said yes. And a couple of days later, I found myself with an acoustic guitar standing in front of 50 or 60 thousand people with Miranda Lambert side of stage about to come on after me. And I don't actually remember doing it, but when I watch videos back of it, I look like I'm having a pretty good time. Yeah,
that's like Newy Boy hits the big time, hey?
Yeah, it was one of those crazy moments, I can't even understand what happened at the moment, but at the time it was really cool.
Yeah, you certainly have rubbed some shoulders there, haven't you? A special guest on Brooks and Dunn's sold-out Australian Arena tour, and joined California Gary Allen and Cor Blun on National Living Hard tour. Wow, that's an impressive resume already, mate.
Yeah, well, thanks. I've been really lucky to get some really good touring opportunities, and I'm really grateful for those, because they kind of open the door to a whole bunch of people that you would never meet usually. Like going to Rockhampton to play with Gary Allen, there's 3,000 people there, and we got to go and warm them up for him. So those kind of opportunities are really cool, and I'm really looking forward to the opportunity of opening up for Joe Nichols in the coming weeks as well. Yeah,
Joe Nichols, he's a fantastic overseas artist as well, isn't he?
He is, he's great, yeah.
Yeah, so tell me, you've got an album coming out.
Yeah.
Yes, so tell me about some of the other songs on the album.
Well, the first EP came out in January. It's called Live Each Day. And the brand new EP that just came out last Friday is called While We're Young, same as the single. And so it's another 5 songs. And they're all kind of really different. I guess the idea behind doing the EP was to get a little bit more experience in the studio and try out a few things before we jump in and do a full album. So, there's the While We're Young, which is the single, which I'm sure you'll hear pretty soon.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of like a kind of bouncy, summery kind of feeling song called Sweet Home to You. And there's a little darker stuff on there, and there's a big kind of rocker and and a really kind of soft song at the end as well. So I think it shows a lot of kind of different things and
versatility.
Yeah, but I'm really happy that it's all kind of come together, and it does sound like an EP as well. So I'm really proud of it, and I look forward to kind of getting it out there and having people listen to it.
Yeah, cool. Now, one question I do have for you, Morgan. You're a Newy boy, and for those not in the lingo, that's a Newcastle lad that you are, like myself. Now, most Newy guys, young fellas, they grow up, they want to be, footy heads or car heads or, motor heads or whatever.
Yeah.
Where did it start for you? You've taken a completely different tour to the standardised Newy. So where did it all start for Morgan Evans?
I don't know. There's a lot of musicians in Newcastle, but I guess I grew up with country music always playing in the house, so it was kind of always part of, my life growing up, and started playing piano at the age of 5, and then I joined the high school band as well, and at the primary school band actually, and was playing baritone horns, and I think it was my 13th birthday. I begged my parents for a guitar, and that kind of changed my life forever, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, that's fantastic. As I said, a lot of Newy guys, they don't have aspirations in being country rock stars, do they? You're more likely to see them kicking a footy around.
Yeah, it was funny actually looking back on that, because I guess the first time, like as soon as I got my guitar, the first day I went round to my best mate's place that played drums, and we had a jam, and all we wanted to do was play gigs, but the only, there wasn't that many options in Newcastle, so we started a rock band, because rock bands got gigs, and we played in that for years. And it wasn't until the Telstra Road to Tamworth came around and started coming to Newcastle for its heats that I actually got an opportunity to go out and start singing the country music. And so I guess I can thank that competition for giving me an outlet and an opportunity to do that.
Now, have you got some gigs lined up, obviously, for the new single and for the release of the CD? So where are you playing? What's coming up?
I'm doing a bunch of stuff all over the place, actually. There's an exciting one coming up at the Batto Bay Hotel, though, on the 9th of September, and it's with the McClymons. So that's going to be a really awesome afternoon. I'm playing first, and then I'm warming them up for Wes Carr, and then the McClymons going to come on after that. So that'll be great. And then we're heading up to Tamworth to open up for Joe Nichols at the Trek there, and then straight down to the Denny Ute Muster after that. So it's a pretty good fun month I'm looking down the barrel of, so plenty of opportunities to kind of come out and check out the new songs too. For
sure. Now, were you at Gympie just recently?
I was, yeah. That was great. Great time up there. It didn't rain. I couldn't believe it. I've never been up there when it hasn't rained.
I know, I did hear that. Now, you're not a newie to Gympie. You've played there several times, yeah?
Yeah, well, I've been up there a few times. Last year was the first year we played, and then we were lucky enough to get invited back this year and do the main stage, which is a bit of a thrill.
Cool. So with the new album that will be coming out, have you written a lot of these songs yourself, Morgan, or are they collaborative efforts? Or
Yeah, there's one song on there that I wrote before I went over to Nashville, and then the other 4 songs on there I co-wrote with people while I was there. So I've had a hand in writing all of them. So I think that's pretty important, because it actually, at the end of the day, kind of ends up sounding like me rather than just a bunch of songs. So,
yeah, I totally agree with you there. Now, late last year, you had a very successful, or a huge achievement, and that was the signing of Warner Music. Tell me, how did that all come about?
Yeah, that was really cool, actually. It's one of those things that always takes longer than you think it's going to take. Those guys came out to watch us play in the party bar at CMC Rocks the Hunter last year. And I remember meeting them all there, and they stayed all night and watched the show. And then, through the course of last year, we kind of got to know each other a little bit better. And then at the end of the year, we all kind of, said, yes, let's do it, and go and record an EP. And here we are, still going. So they've been really supportive, and I think they're really excited about the new songs, as I am. So, we'll put it out there, and hopefully people like it too.
So for our listeners out there, Morgan, who may not be aware of what is involved when you sign to a particular label, do you still have an awful lot of say in what happens, or is there certain obligations that you have to fulfil being under that label?
Well, I've had different experiences with kind of management and labels and things like that, and one thing I can really say is positive about this experience is that they're really open to my ideas in terms of the musical side of things, which is obviously what I care about the most. And, you know, for example, this EP that we've just put out, I was in Nashville just on a writing trip, and they called and said, hey, do you think we could tack on an extra week and record 5 more songs for a new EP? And I said, oh, absolutely. And so, you know, they kind of trusted me to go ahead, and we all picked the songs together, but they were all from a bunch of songs that I'd written and felt really, really proud of. So, and then kind of threw the reins over in terms of the production and musician choice and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, they've kind of let me be free with the music making thing, and then also supported it at the same time. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, cool. So thank you for walking us through that process, Morgan, because I'm an avid music fan and have been involved with musicians and management for a long time. And I really wanted, I mean, as well as the listeners wanted to know really how it does work with that whole label process. So, and is it for a certain amount of time? Like you're labelled for, you know, for 5 years? Is it 3 years? How does that work?
Oh, the actual, yes.
Yeah, the actual, like the label side of it, the contract side of it.
Well, we're just taking it one step at a time at the moment, which I guess is kind of good for both of us. You know, if we've both got a vested interest to make it work, and if it works, then we make the next one.
That's great.
That's the kind of way it's working, and I guess, you know, they're all different, so I can't really say that that's the case for, you know, I've heard of other artists having songs kind of pushed down their throat and then forced to do things they don't like to do and all that kind of thing, but I guess I've been really lucky in that respect.
Yes, thank you again so much for explaining that to me. It's been of interest to me, and a lot of our listeners were also wondering the same thing. And we're going to actually play your new single now, While We're Young.
Great.
So I hope that goes well for you. It is a good song.
Thanks very much.
And,
I really appreciate your support.
Yeah, no worries. And listen, all the very best with the up-and-coming shows and the upcoming release for the brand new CD. It has been a pleasure to talk to you, Morgan.
Yeah, thanks, Kylie. Hopefully I'll catch you at That Bay.
Yes, you most certainly will. Actually, I spoke to Molly McClymon on Tuesday, and she said, come and give us a big cuddle and say g'day. So I'm going to do that as well. And, you know, being a fellow Newy person as well, I appreciate what you're doing for Newcastle and for country music all over the country.
Oh, thanks, Kylie. Cheers.
All right, no worries. Take care, and we're going to play the brand new single now, and good luck with that.
Thanks, Kylie.
Thank you so much.
I've got money, but you're sure pretty and you think I'm funny. It's alright, it's alright. You don't have to prove that your aim is true, 'cause baby, you got me and I got you, and it's alright, all night. Well, I don't care where tomorrow goes, how it feels right now, 'cause all we need to know while we're young and our hearts run wild, it ain't wrong if we stay up all night, maybe fall in love. Someday we'll look back and smile, tell stories of the crazy things we've done while we're young. While we're young, while we're young. We can turn the night till it's upside down. We can follow the band to the next town, wherever that is, wherever that is. We could find ourselves coming unwound at the end of the road, where the only sound is your lips on my lips. I don't care where tomorrow goes, as long as I got you. I don't need to know while we're young and our hearts run wild. It ain't wrong if we stay up all night, maybe fall in love. Someday we'll look back and smile, tell the stories of the crazy things